What's going on, guys? Mac back here again, and today we're going to be talking about how you can experiment with your diet. Let's get into it. Now, when I say experiment with your diet, I'm talking about you're already going into a diet, right? And let's say, for example, it's the ketogenic diet. We like to say the ketogenic diet is probably one of the better diets to be using if you want to lose body fat, maintain muscle mass, etc., etc. The best thing to do, at least what Andrew and I believe, is that experimenting is very much a key factor in any type of diet, because once you get into it and once you start doing it, right, you'll get to a point where you're going to start to plateau, right? You're going to be you're going to be losing a lot of weight, and then you're not going to be losing weight, right? And you're just going to maintain. And if you want to get to a goal, let's say a goal weight, a goal waist size, something like that, you really need to get there, and you want to get there as best as possible. You need to experiment with the things that you're doing, the ways that you're eating, certain ways that you're eating, certain exercises you're doing, etc. So for diet, on the diet perspective, there's a few ways that you can experiment. So the one way I'm going to talk about is fasting. So one thing about fasting is that there's a few different ways of doing it. So you can do intermittent fasting, which is you only eat in a certain amount of time. We've talked about this on the channel. If I can put it up in the cards for you, you can watch all the videos we talk about fasting. Eat in a certain amount of time. So if you normally do intermittent fasting and you're doing let's give a 5-hour window, let's say, right? You have a 5-hour window of when you eat. Maybe shrink it. Start trying to shrink it more. Maybe even expand it. Try doing different things every day, right? Experiment with the way that you eat, the way that you fast. So make it sporadic. Make your time windows sporadic depending on the day. So let's say you do on Monday, you give yourself a 5-hour window. Tuesday, give yourself a 2-hour window, right? Wednesday, 8-hour window. Thursday, a 6-hour window, so on and so forth. Just do different things like that. You could also do it where if you are on a time constraint, you can try to do it so where, let's say you during your schedule, let's say you have to work out later in the day because you can't work out in the morning because you work, right? So let's say you eat on Friday at like 12 noon, right? I say fast all the way until after your workout on Saturday, and to get in an over 24-hour fast, and it'll pretty much give your brain and your body like a good wake up call, like, oh shit, let's burn some fat. It'll put yourself back in gear. You got to try different things. That's what when Andrew and I used to run every day in the beginning of the Corona shit was going on. Every time we would run every day, Andrew had work until about like 3, and I was off. So what I did was I would fast all the way until after our run on Saturday to eat. So like I would eat on Friday maybe like 1 p.m., 2 p.m., maybe even earliest 11 a.m., and then I wouldn't eat again until on Saturday around 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the things that you want to do, because it pretty much will wake up your body in a sense, because you're going to be doing different things, and then boom, you're doing something else. You got to try to wake it up. You got to try to experiment with different things like fasting. Experiment with fasting is definitely a good way. Another way is trying new meals, trying new things. So I always say, eating the same thing is fine. I like eating the same things all the time. All I eat really is steak and eggs. But you can always try different meals, different ways of cooking, different ways, making sure that it's under the same, making sure it's under, for example, keto, under the keto window. Got to make sure you're having the same macros and stuff like that. You just got to try different things. Maybe instead of beef, you're having, pork chicken or something, but you got to make sure you're having the right fats, so you add the fats to it and stuff, and doing different things like that. You got to try, certain vegetables, try different vegetables. Maybe you always have broccoli, maybe have a different type of vegetable. Maybe instead of avocado, you have something else. Try different types of foods that work for you in the specific diet that you're working with, Just try different things, making sure that you do the research to make sure that it's still in your diet bubble. The next one is exercise. Just make sure you do different things all the time. Just try to do different exercises, try to do different weights, try to progress. Life is about progression, right? You want to make sure that you're getting enough exercise and you're trying to make sure you get, you build muscle, or you want to maintain the muscle. You want to make sure you don't want to lose muscle. That's the worst thing to ever do, especially on any type of diet. You don't want to lose muscle. You want to maintain it. You want to build it. And the thing is that if you feel like you're not making any progress, especially in fitness side, you got to make sure that you get it by either changing up your routine change, or you try to incorporate new exercises into your routine. You got to do something, For example, Andrew and I now, sad. Andrew and I now, we work out at least 3 to 4 times a week, and what we'll do is we do mostly full body workouts. We do one workout per body type in one session, and we pretty much try to progress ourselves because of the fact that we hadn't been to the gym in so long since Corona. So we have to get ourselves back to where we were pre lockdown, and so we're trying to get ourselves back to that point. And before the COVID lockdown and stuff, we were doing certain days where we would do 2 different muscle groups in a day, and we go 5 times a day. And so we would do, like, let's say chest and back one day, legs and shoulders, bis and tris, stuff like that. And so we would be doing that before the lockdown, but then because that it took 7 months for us to actually go back to a gym, we need to make sure that we can get back to where we were before then, to then start doing that again. So we're trying to do different things to make sure that we can get in, that we can progress our muscles and not lose our muscle mass anymore, and maintain and then grow again. Another thing is that you could also make sure you incorporate other types of things. If you want to get a 6-pack, you need to make sure you do ab workouts. Andrew always talks about he wants to get a 6-pack. We need to be doing more ab workouts, Andrew, to get our 6-pack. We want to do that. We need to create the routine where we can incorporate the things that we want to do to get where we want to be. That's how that works. If you want to get abs, you need to incorporate abs. If you want to get bigger biceps, you have to do biceps. You have to make sure you also do triceps, because that'll also help. You got to make sure you get in all the muscle groups. You got to make sure you get in all the body conditioning that you can. Our friend Joe has been on the channel many times. He's doing calisthenics because he believes that it actually is very beneficial, especially for body weight exercises and stuff. He says that it's a good forefront before weightlifting, and I do definitely agree with him that it's actually very, very good for you, because doing calisthenics and doing like certain body weight exercises and exercises with like the rings and certain cables and stuff with no machines, it's definitely a new change. It definitely wakes up your body to different avenues and stuff. So I say definitely do research different things, see what works best for you, change up your routine for fitness wise. And with that said, guys, that's going to be our video today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like the video if you have. Also subscribe, hit that notification bell. Check out our socials down in the description. Also check out allgamesapparel.com. We have a whole bunch of hoodies, hats, etc. Go definitely there and support us on our website. And until the next video, guys, we'll see you soon.